Hi everyone, welcome to today's video. So today I am just gonna bring you with me as I get a whole bunch of things done. I am going to eat breakfast. I'm having some toast on homemade bread and I'm gonna make this bread later today. So I will share the recipe with you guys. It's so good. I also need to go grocery shopping, plan our meals, make a grocery list, and then prep some food. So I am gonna bring you guys with me today. So it is November 6th, I think. It's a Wednesday. I am 25 weeks today, so that's crazy. So I am gonna eat breakfast and then plan our meals and then go to the grocery store and get that done as quickly as possible. Okay. So I finished making my list and I felt like it took me forever. I could not decide what to make for dinner and it was driving me nuts. Here is my wonderful list. So I was comparing prices online, comparing prices between Walmart and Aldi because that's where I do pretty much all my grocery shopping. So yeah, I would just search the product and then I rounded up the price. So if it was $1.35, I rounded it up to $2 so that it's a little bit higher, whatever. I wrote the price by the item. And so then when I'm in store, I will keep my calculator on my phone while I'm going through so I know about what I'm at. And that should help me stay within my budget. Okay, I just got in the car. It's really chilly. It's like 40. Kind of feels good, but it's cold. And I remember I need to stop and pick up Daniel's dress blues from the dry cleaner. We forgot to pick them up yesterday, so I need to do that first. So I'm gonna pick them up, gonna go to Walmart and then go to Aldi. And I forgot to get my bags. It's fine. Oh my gosh. Whatever. Okay. I gotta back out and get going. Okay, I'm home from both stores. I'm gonna lay out, I think I'm gonna put the groceries on the kitchen table, show you what I got, tell you how much I spent at each store, and then I'm gonna start doing all of the things. I actually did pretty good today when I was shopping. I don't know what my exact total was, but I was about right on budget. So this is what I got from Walmart. So here is what's coming out of our normal grocery stuff. I got this instead of tubs to make homemade yogurt. Got some grapefruit, bananas. The cheese and chips are for a party, and then yeah, there's that food. 2 dozen eggs. Then this was a separate order. I got these for the yogurt. So I need this to strain the yogurt. Then I'm gonna send them in Daniel's lunch in these containers. There's 3 of them and they were like $3. And then I'm gonna store the rest in this glass container in the fridge. So the total for the yogurt things was $12.44. The total for the groceries was $29.87. So I believe my budget for today was $65 for groceries. The yogurt stuff is coming out of a separate account category. So I'm gonna put these away and then I'll show you what I got from Aldi. So I was actually way under budget for Aldi, which when I went through the store, I kept my list with me, and instead of adding everything on my phone calculator, I rounded up and then added it. So I was pleasantly surprised that my total was a bit lower than I thought it was gonna be. The total was $22.44. So I didn't get a ton. Everything I got, a lot of baking stuff, but it worked out because the sugar and flour and chocolate chips were all on sale. And yeah, I was almost out of this and that. Needed some apples. I'm gonna use this for the burritos I'm gonna make later. And yeah, I'm gonna put these away and then we will get started with everything else. Okay, so I changed into a t-shirt because I didn't want to get my other shirt dirty. I got you guys set up on the tripod. I'm gonna start getting the bread dough ready and then start with the yogurt, and then those two pretty much after the beginning steps are done, they just take a lot of waiting around. I've been trying to find ways to save money and like be creative and make our own stuff. So last week I made granola. I've made bread before, but like I said, this recipe is amazing. So I am going to make bread. I think I'm gonna do another batch of granola bars. I am going to make homemade tortillas, which I've never done before. It doesn't sound complicated. So I'm gonna use those tortillas to make freezer burritos for Daniel. And then there's something else. There's something else. What is it? Maybe that was it. 4 things: bread, granola bars, tortilla shells, burritos, yogurt. Okay, 5 things. So that's probably it. I'm gonna finish cleaning up and then I will take you through the process of the bread and yogurt and all that. Okay, so for the bread, this is super easy. The first step, we're gonna take 2 1/4 cups of warm water. So here's 2 cups. Dump it in. Then need a 1/2 teaspoon of sugar. 1/2 teaspoon of sugar. And then 1 package of yeast. We want this active dry. I believe it's 7 grams. Yeah, 1/4 ounce. So we're just gonna dump that all in the bowl. I need scissors. And then it will look like that. That is gonna sit for about 10 minutes until bubbles start to form on the top. While that's sitting, I am going to go grab my laptop and figure out how to start the yogurt. If you're not familiar with crock-pot cooking, so first of all, crock pots are super simple. You can usually just throw whatever you're doing in the crock pot and let it go. But they make crock pot liners so that you don't even have to like clean out the inside. Like you have to clean it out, but stuff doesn't get like gunked on there. So not only is the crock pot a lifesaver, but they make a lifesaver for the lifesaver. It says that I'm gonna put in 8 cups of milk into the slow cooker and let it sit on low for about 2.5 hours. For anyone who didn't know, 8 cups of milk is a 1/2 gallon. So we usually only get a 1/2 gallon, and I'm glad I Googled how many cups were in a 1/2 gallon, or we wouldn't have had milk, and I kind of have been wanting cereal. So, wouldn't have had milk till next week anyway, that's what I mean. If you don't have one of these measuring cups, I'm gonna link one down below because you need one. I have 2, and I love them. I use them probably every day. So, I feel like they're a staple for most people, but if you're like newly married or new to living on your own or new to cooking, whatever, get yourself one of these. I won't even lie, that's like weird. I never thought I would just put straight milk into a crock pot. But there we have it. So I am going to plug this in, I think in the dining room somewhere. Probably just on the floor because I'm gonna need my counters and this is gonna be chilling for like 2.5 hours. So I'm gonna set that up and it's gonna be on low for 2.5 hours. So I'm gonna measure out the rest of the ingredients minus some of the flour. So I'll still wait for the yeast bubbles. I'm going to prep my glass bowl. So you're just gonna spray this with a non-stick spray and then I'll explain the rest once my dough is cooperating. I'm just gonna use canola. You can use whatever cooking spray you want. Okay, so here's what my yeast looks like for my mixture, I should say. So we've got that one big air bubble and then I keep hitting shadows, but there are lots of little air bubbles in there. So I'm gonna put you guys back on the tripod and then add the rest of the stuff. So that's gonna mix, and while that keeps going, I'm gonna add in the flour by about 1/2 cup. So I just kind of eyeball it, but I'm just gonna dirty less dishes and use this one. So yeah, this is just gonna keep going. Once the dough starts to kind of pull away and form more of a dough shape, that's when I'll put in the kneading hook and I'll show you guys what it looks like then. It's still really sticky. That isn't really the texture we want it to be. Sometimes I try to put the kneading hook on, like I said, but I also get like stressed when my dough is like a weird consistency. So I'm gonna put some flour on the counter and then knead it. And I'm just gonna show you what it looks like after I knead it, cause yeah. All right, so I kneaded this for about 4 or 5 minutes, I'd say. This is what it looks like. You want it to not be sticky. Like, you don't See, it's not sticking to my fingers anymore like when I pulled it off of the paddle thingy. It was super sticky. You want it to be like nice and soft, round. So yeah, I'm gonna put it in this bowl, and then I'm gonna roll the dough around once to make sure that there's some oil on the top of it, and then I'm gonna cover it with some plastic wrap. So I'm gonna let this rise for about an hour and a half to 2 hours until it's doubled in size. So I'm gonna just put it in the oven for an hour and a half and then check it, and I'll show you guys. So I decided instead of making granola bars, I'm gonna make peanut butter cookies. So that's such a much healthier option, but they sound really good. So I'm gonna make some peanut butter cookies while the dough is still rising, because then it's gonna have to rise again. I'm gonna lay everything out, show you all the ingredients, whip it together, roll them up, boom, done. Okay, so it has not quite been an hour and a half, but the dough is definitely ready. So here's what it looks like now. So I am gonna punch it down and then divide it in half and kind of form it into two bread loaf shapes, and then I'm gonna put them on these parchment paper lined pans. Then we're gonna cover them for another hour or hour and a half and let them rise again. Okay, so Daniel got home. I decided I'm gonna finish cooking up the bacon. The pork is, or the sausage is done. I mixed together the dry ingredients for the tortillas. So I'm gonna finish the tortillas tomorrow, finish the bread tonight. So I'll show you that. I'll show you the tortillas and burritos tomorrow, and the rest of the yogurt and all that. But yeah, I think I was a little ambitious, and I need to make dinner and cut Daniel's hair. So I will keep you guys updated on how everything goes. Hey guys, it's the next morning. I look like a moon. Anyway, the yogurt sat there overnight. I didn't film stirring in the yogurt, so I just stirred in half a cup and then covered it with towels. And so now I'm going to put it over a colander through, like, it's gonna strain it, and I'm gonna get the other stuff done. So I'm just gonna make a nice little time lapse so you guys will see everything, and then I will end the video. I was the most worried about making the yogurt in tortillas, and they were super easy. So if you want to try it, definitely do it. I will try to link the website that I got the yogurt recipe from and tortillas and everything. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, especially if you made it this far. I feel like this video is gonna be really long, but I've been having so much fun learning to make new things and kind of get out of my comfort zone and get thinking more creative. And yeah, so if you decide to try any of these recipes, or if you have any suggestions of what kind of homemade food you like to make, I would love to hear it. I'd love to try it. If you have a suggestion if I should do some sort of challenge or whatever, let me know. I am open to any ideas. So thank you guys again for watching, and I hope you have an awesome day. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.